We see a medical error from the very beginning to the very end. We are the only ones most likely to have seen the whole process of that error. And so we embody so much knowledge that we not only want to share, but we need to share.
He had been admitted to the Mercy Hospital in Cork with a letter of referral, which didn't include all the results of his blood tests. The GP had made a selection from those results, which omitted a calcium reading. Calcium was not going into his bones as it should. It was actually going into his bloodstream, and as a consequence he died of a massive heart attack.
Uriel's story, a medical error resulting in brain damage. Uriel was born with very dark skin color and yellow patches. I was told the patches would go away with some baths. I took Uriel to a pediatric hospital. He was admitted to intensive care and was told that he was suffering the effect of acute fetal distress, hyperbilirubinemia, and sepsis. The long-term effect on Uriel of all events included secondary psychomotor delays, secondary language delays, secondary extrapyramidal effects like involuntary movement and others, and generalized epilepsy.
The catalyst was the events surrounding the death of my son. People decided that because of his early gestation, his age, that he wasn't going to live. Unfortunately, that was their decision and their actions followed that decision. Marcus was born and died during his birth.
I am a casualty of medical negligence, which could have been prevented very easily. I got dengue fever and was being given potassium chloride intravenously. The next day there was a huge burn-like mark on my foot, which turned into a wound. I ended up with gangrene and bones removed from my foot. The most important thing is I think the doctors or the healthcare workers need to listen to us.
You know, there are turning points for people. And the turning point for me was a meeting with Sir Liam Donaldson. And this really good and decent man said, "Talk to me." And that was the first time anyone said that. Talk to me. That's what families want too. They want to have the experience validated. And they want it validated by the profession.
Patients demand to be heard, and I think it's time hospitals realise that patients have a huge voice and a huge contribution to make.
I'm 45 years old. I've had 23 surgeries. When will the healthcare community look at me as a viable source of information about my own body?
Sino que nos hagan caso. Y no es porque queramos hacer su trabajo, sino que nosotras sentimos ciertas cosas que estoy segura ellos no sienten.
Speak to us as partners, not as professional partners. We aren't that, but as human beings who are the only one who are the expert in our own story.
When you talk to people, they say, what can one person do? But you don't realize that if each person puts in a little bit, it's going to be a huge achievement.
Experience in Uganda is that patients do not have a voice. So in patients' rights, we are looking at the quality that is given to patients in terms of health care. So patient safety is a right to quality, a right to participation, a right to be heard.
If we listen to the patients, and recognize they're the experts. They're in there experiencing our care. They're going to be able to teach us how to do it better.
Involvement of patient, that is the way. Nothing about us without us.
Ese proverbio chino dice que muchas pequeñas cosas, hechas en muchos pequeños lugares, por muchas pequeñas personas, podrán cambiar la faz de la tierra.